Alright, so we're back with this video again. This is still the same day, just I had about another 40 minutes before I had to go to work, so I figured I might as well get this part of it done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start rounding up on my sander the edges, and the reason why I need to do that is because when you do this by hand, the edges can get all, it might not be perfectly flush with the contour of the design, so you have to work the belly of the pouch so that way you can get your true 90 from what you're wanting the pouch to sit off of to translate out into the fold over part. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on rounding this up and getting everything cleaned up to where this thing rests pretty flat. So I'll be back here in a second. Alright, sorry if this gets a little loud, y'all. Got me a little piece of paper to cover the metal block, that way it doesn't affect the back side of the leather and mess it up. So might be a little noise for a second. Alright, so you can see it's starting to clean up the edge a little bit, so I'm going to run around this thing, get everything true, and we'll be back. Okay, so after a little grinding, as you can see, we got everything pretty much as true as I can get it for, to have hand wet formed this. Everything's nice and crisp, all the edges were sealed really nice with that Gorilla Glue. Now the next step is later on when I get off of work, I'm going to throw a 90 across that, true up my edges, start to get my fold over distances for how wide the pouch is, so I can make sure that this curvature here gets covered with leather when it's folded over. But there it is, Jim. Here's this part so far, brother, and the building of your new Bushcraft or fly fishing pouch. So here we go until I get off work. We'll be back. Alright, how'll do, everybody? We're back again today. Just got off the phone with good friend old Alan Hobbs. Really glad to hear him talking and stuff. But today we're getting back to this pouch. Last part of the video that you just got done watching before it faded into this, I was grinding down the edges and getting everything rounded up and all that good stuff. So now what I'm fixing to do, now that I got everything trued up, I'm going to take my little square, get everything kind of just as level as I can. Then I'm going to square everything up off of that line, cut off my excess, and then I'm going to cut a little bit of the bottom trim off. That way I can start developing a point or more of a rounded fold over. I'm not for sure. Most of the ones I do is with the point, kind of like this, which I think looks nice, so probably gonna do it just like this. Pouches are a little different. This one's a little bit more full than this model just because the bowl I used on this was the old antique dish that my girlfriend was going to kill me over, and this one was from a Walmart mess kit, one of the ones that you wing nut open. So that's what I formed this one on. But I'm gonna get everything squared up, cut all this up, and do all that, and we'll be back and show you what it looks like after that. Alright folks, quick intermission on this real quick. I just cut this little trim piece off of here. And you know, these box knives are razor sharp, man, and I know a lot of people that use these box knives to cut leather. You know, after so long they do start to get dull, you know, so most people just take that razor out, you know, flip it over to the other side. But what I've realized is if you take just a regular old strop and you strop your just regular old box knife a couple times, this doesn't even have any rouge or nothing on it, these bad boys get lightsaber sharp again. So you can probably double the life out of one blade a couple times. Just another frugal fact. We'll be back here in a minute. Alright, we're making the last cut now for this part of the pouch fold over. This is still kind of roughing it in. You can see what I mean. One pass of that razor knife, I mean, putting a little bit of oomph behind it, but I mean, that's just butter splitting sharp, and that's on an old regular strap. But got my sides measured up. 2 1/4 on both sides, straight to the point. That's going to start wrapping over. I'm going to square that up. We'll get our buckle, and this portion here, maybe a little bit up into the top. I may tool this one a little further. I'm just going to have to pick a pattern. It's not going to stretch that much, but it should have a little spring to it when this thing comes open for you, Jim. I seen that 51 Foxy made an alteration to his with putting a little bone in there. I think that's really awesome, but brother, to be honest, I don't have a piece of bone, and it'd be a minute before I could get out to get one. So I'm just going to do this the regular way, and when you get it, if you want to change how it ties shut, go ahead, brother. It's for you, it's yours, and I just want you to smile as much as you can over this. So we'll be back here in a minute once I get this and start mapping out the design. I'm not for sure what I'm going to draw for this thing yet. We'll be back. Alright, so we're back now, you guys, and what I'm getting ready to do is start sketching up the design to put on Jim's pouch here. And I'm really not for sure what I'm going to do on it. You know, in a lot of my drawings I like to do, you know, stuff from like nature, things like that. So I'm probably going to put some kind of leaf pattern on this. Let me get a pen, my little thrift store pencil for maybe a penny. Let's see here, let's use a pen. Here we're just kind of scratching in ideas, but we start kind of coming in and sketching some ideas. You know, if you guys can hear a battle going on in the background, that's my love on her video game, and she is handling business right now, so I share a little sound time with her as well. But I'm going to sketch a little bit of leaves on this and get some type of little pattern. I don't think I'm going to put a flower on this for Jim, but we're going to get probably a double stacked layer of foliage or something that has something to look into it. So we'll be back here in a minute. Dang, none of that was even in video. Alright everybody, I'm back after a couple little sketches trying to decide what I'm putting on this. First sketch that I was starting on before we faded over was this one. I was working on some leaves, and I put a little owl in this one too, and then I looked at it and I figured that I'm getting a little crazy with the front of this pouch. There's only so much room, and you know, I'm not for sure if Jim wants a little owl. I just put that T owl on tank sheath. So I did like a little lantern too. I kind of like the lantern idea, which brought me to the conclusion that I'm going to do some sort of lantern. It's probably going to be a secret for the next part of the video, so you'll have to keep watching. I may do a lantern with some sort of foliage coming out of it on the front, and see if we can't get these fish to come to the light like the flies do. So Jim, here's a couple of ideas, man. So next video you get to figure out what I decided to do. See y'all around. Love you guys, and do something fun today. Okay, Jim, we got your pattern made up. I hope you can see that. I can't tell in the camera. Got a little lantern with some foliage and stuff coming off of it, and what I'm getting ready to do is take a little sponge and lightly dampen the leather, and I'm going to do my transfer with, you know, pen or whatever, and get the little transfer to recess down into the leather. Then we'll start the tooling process. We'll be back. So we're back after tracing the transfer of our lamp design. It's going to have like a light ray motif behind it. I'm not for sure how I'm going to do that yet. This is probably one of the most intricate ones that I've done yet, but we got everything lined in, Jim. So here's an idea of the lamp pattern with some foliage. I'm going to have some light coming off of it. It'll fold around into a buckle, and we'll get everything else. So still working on it, brother. Won't be no time now. Now we're getting into the first parts of the cuts. I've wet the leather and let it kind of soak down a little bit, and now I'll come through here with this knife, and I'm going to scribe in all the little lines and all the little stuff that make up this pattern. I'm going to go around everything, and we'll be back then. Now we have it cut in. Now this is the end of the video. Do something fun today, y'all. Alright, everybody, I've been pecking around this thing with the little slanted edging tool that I explained about in the K-bar sheath build. As you can see, starting to go around the design, getting the edges away from everything, and I'm not going to video a whole bunch of the tooling because I'm not for sure where I'm going with this, and it's going to be a lot of trial and error. So I'm just going to keep pecking at it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright folks, I'm done tapping around this thing. I think I finally got it hooked up. And Jim T, this little spot right here, if the stain doesn't cover it, brother, my fat boy had to have a chocolate. I'll get it off there though. The lantern design is pretty much complete. I got the little clouds and the light rays in the background, the little centerpiece lantern, going down into just like a little ornate decorative thing, coming up into some scrolls with some little leaves. I'm probably still going to come through with my knife and put some more of the little detail marks in it, the sharp little cuts here and there. But Jim, brother, there's your pouch. Tooling pre-stained, brother. And more video to come. Love you guys. Do something fun today.